Uncle Kaylee. I'm one of the past presidents of the Fort Smith Roundtable. Fort Smith Roundtable is a local organization that was founded 9 years ago by local professional men. 2 years ago, we decided that we wanted to start a mentorship program with youth in the 5th and 6th grades and focus on these young men that may have some behavioral issues. Robin Dawson, principal of Spratling, mentioned that she did have some young men who were having some issues and some difficulties.
Once when I talked to Representative McGill, he said, you know, I'd like for you to come to the roundtable meeting and just speak to them and talk to them about your situation, and let's just see what, you know, we can do. So I did. My husband and I went to a night meeting of the roundtable, and I did get up and I just tried to sell my school and my kids and how great they are.
My vision for the Golden Knights was to create an opportunity, sort of a training ground for young leaders. And we feel that it's important that we create this interest at a very early age. And we thought 5th and 6th grade boys would be the ideal level to start talking about leadership development, and the roles they play in their communities, the roles they're going to play in their schools as leaders, and the roles they're going to play in the world that they're going to occupy when they become professionals.
This program is exclusive to Spratling Elementary, and we hope to maybe we can be an influence for it to expand throughout the school district to other schools. Things and address things as relates to grooming, maintaining eye contact, firm handshake, shaking a man or woman's hand and looking them in the eye at the same time, speaking where you can actually project your voice, and some of the things that we all had to go through at that age.
One of the Knights. Well, he's been wrestling with this other child who's not in the Knights that is wanting to fight him. They just don't get along, their personalities don't match, and the other day on the playground after school, it was about 4:40, and there was a group of kids out on the playground, and I saw them on my camera, and I decided to just go out and say hey. And so they started talking to me, and this particular boy, he said, Miss Dawson, can I just talk to you for a minute? And I said, sure. He was talking to me, and he said he's wanting to fight me, and he said, but I don't want to get in trouble. And really what he was doing was a cry for help about how do I handle this? How do I handle this situation where before he would have went right into attack mode, he would have right into his street skills. I told the child, I said, why don't you talk to Mr. Bray about that when you see him? I knew he was going to see him Friday. I said, why don't you talk to Mr. Bray about that? He said, okay. He goes, I'll call him. And I thought, wow, he's got his number. And the child had a cell phone.
What made me feel good about it was an incident that he run into here just this week. He picked up his phone and called. And he said, what should I do? And you made the right decision. It was a good decision.
I came to school and didn't hear anything. Nothing. So about 10 o'clock that morning, I go down the hall and here comes that boy. And I said, hey, I want to ask you about something. I said, I saw your share. I was leaving. I saw that boy walking up. Tell me what happened. And he said, well, as he was walking up, he said, I was talking to Coach Bray on the phone. And he said, he told me, he said, you be cool. You're a leader. He said, don't sink to that level. He said, you just be cool. And he said that when he got off the phone, that they were able to just talk a little, not a lot, but they the whole group ended up playing soccer for like an hour. How wonderful it is that he had that man to call right that minute. In his moment of crisis, he was able to call him, and he talked him through that. And because of that, he didn't have a negative experience that day.
Meeting the governor, the legislature do their jobs. I really like politics, and I'd like to see it in action.
Representing Spradling, meeting the governor.
The Golden Knights are serving as pages for the House of Representatives. They're my pages for today, and I'm so delighted to have them here. The pages act at the request of legislators. For example, if I need to communicate with one of my colleagues in the chamber, I'll write a personal note, and I have a page button on my desk. I'll press that button, and a page will arrive, and I'll have him deliver that note to a legislator or another legislator or to a staff member. So they run errands for us.
I'm Bill Hollenbeck. I'm the sheriff of Sebastian County. You know, programs like the Golden Knights are exactly what our community truly needs. Just at this right time, I think leadership right now within our state, within our country, is just something that is a commodity that is fading. So starting, young men out, at this age and reaching out and mentoring to them and teaching them how to make right decisions is so vitally important, especially my job as being sheriff of Sebastian County, that it starts at this young age, and the men and the women that are supporting this group is so vital. Once again in our community, if we had more programs like this, there would be less crime, there would be less poverty, there would be more education, better jobs. So I'm very excited to hear about this, and I'd love to continue any and all support that I can possibly give to the Golden Knights.
Well, I'm Ronnie Dedman. I am Director for External Affairs for AT&T, and have known Representative George McGill for, I guess, going on 3 or 4 years now. Now, he was a legend before that, so I had heard of him, and he had an occasion to visit with me and to also visit with the president of AT&T, Ed Drilling, about the leadership program that's being offered there in Fort Smith. I mean, it piqued our interest to the point where we think we want to be involved and engaged both personally and perhaps financially.
I'd say getting like a partner to team up with.
Oh, the thing that I like was the page to go send messages to the people and return messages back to the people.
We took a picture with a stack of money and helped out in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, my favorite part was going to the treasurer's room and going in the vault and holding the money.
My favorite part was being a page.
Excited.
Nervous because cameras.
Excited.
First I was nervous, but then I got excited.
excited, kind of nervous.
Mr.